Hey everybody, GravyTrain here with another episode, GravyTraining. So this episode was at a personal request from Chad Willicott, and I thought the idea was cool, and I think we're going to continue along this idea with some other families. And the topic of the video today is trying to do the same thing that I did with beasts in the last videos with ogres. So there's some caveats here because ogres are not as strong or as versatile or as numerous as beasts. And you're also going to get some crossover with other families and that kind of thing. So, for example, you really can't talk about ogres without talking about either plants or goblins or beasts. Considering you've got a beast ogre here, you've got a plant ogre here, you've got a goblin ogre here, and you've got a monster ogre here. So all of the ogres are also other things. The viable team combinations, really, you're limited to, like, I was really looking for a way to make Femus viable. He's just not. At least not for me. We'll go through why I won't use Femus and why I will use the other ones. I mean, his stats are just too low. He's a silver hero? Yeah, silver hero. Not, I mean, the stat base is no good. He's armored, which is kind of useless against dragons or any tainted damage. He is immune to taunt, which, I mean, that's handy, but reduces the attack of melee attackers after being hit. That's once he's hit, he's going to be dead, so. Ogre and monster allies gain 20% damage penetration. Who cares? Like, the 20% isn't that high, and it's just not worth it. Immune to fear and chance to fear beasts on attack. Fear is not that strong. I mean, it's not bad, it's just not that strong. And then his abilities, like, he's got Earthquake, which is an undodgeable attack, but he's never going to live to do it. Enemies hit become off balance, and there's a 5 energy cost. 5-turn energy cost for this. So you use it once, and then you're waiting forever. Demolishing Smash. This one does at least start powered. It's an armor-piercing, shield-piercing melee physical attack for 3,000 damage that wounds. Wound is decent because it's going to stop healing. But it doesn't do much damage, and then you're going to have to wait 4 turns to use it. If these were all, like, boss fight really needs to go in and assess some of these turn durations or these energy requirements for some of these heroes, because they're just not, there's no reason they're as high as they are, especially on some of these lower powered heroes. Wild Rampage, the melee physical attack on 3 random enemies for 5,000 base damage, could hit any enemy. You don't have control over it. I mean, granted, you could probably get that up to around 8,000, something like that. So it could be strong, but you have no control over it. More of a finishing type move, you would do a bunch of attacks on a hero, but that's assuming that he lives long enough to be able to do it. And, I mean, I've found ways to make heroes viable. I mean, you could res him, something like that. It's just really unlikely. And anywhere that you would put him in, there's something better to use. So, not really looking at Femus. Now, the rest of them I can make use of, to just lesser or greater degrees. So Cozar, it's a slow goblin ogre tank. I have him runed with actually attack and health. So, festive. I have a little bit of defense and health here just to kind of help keep him alive. And then health and some damage reduction. So he actually has a decent chance to survive at 32k health, 8.5k defense. So he is going to take a lot of damage, but he can also soak it. And he does have a little bit of damage reduction, but actually a pretty decent attack. So when he actually lands some of these abilities, he can actually hit fairly hard. So what you're getting with him, I mean, he's slow, so he's going to get more health. You can increase that with skill. We'll always do a basic revenge attack, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the slow deal. So this is better than armored. Takes less damage from physical attacks. I don't know what the implementation of this is under the hood. I don't know if it is just damage resistance, which is what I'm assuming, which is, once again, not going to be very good. It's better than armored because there's no thick skin piercing. There is armor piercing, which ignores the damage reduction from armor. But thick skin, So Goblin Alliance. This hero gains 10% defense and 10% max health for each other Goblin or Ogre ally on the team, and will jump in front of a single target attack targeting a Goblin ally. Will jump in front, so that's not a chance. So that means if you're running him on a team with all Goblins and Ogres, he's going to get 30% defense, 30% max health, which is not insignificant. His max health is going to go up by about 10,000, and his, well, about 12,000, or no, about 11,000 maybe. 10,700, something like that. So he's going to jump up there. His defense is going to jump up another like 22, 2,300, something like that. So not bad. It'll put him over 10k defense. It'd be better if his stats weren't as low as they are. Melee attacks have a 100% chance to purge a buff from and provoke targets hit. So if you hit a target, you're going to remove a buff, and you're going to provoke them, forcing them to attack him. And then, finally, the bigger they are, increases attack by +1 for every 20 max health above this hero's base max health, up to a maximum of 2,000 bonus attack. So if we look at his attack, the bigger they are, so we could actually go higher on that. He's only getting 1,300, 1,350 from that, but yeah, I mean, it's you're talking 650 attack. His attack isn't that high to begin with, so. And then his abilities, I mean, he would actually be a candidate, but once again, this is a 5-turn ability, so it's kind of meh. I haven't used it yet at all. So I mean, you have to load them up 4 festives or some garbage like that, or use a chilling festive. And the only one that I have is yellow or light, so you can't use it. So you're looking at 4 festives. Chances are it's not worth it. Although this is a cool ability. The fact that you can like seriously extend energy costs, that's in a longer fight, that's really good. It's not going to help you much in short fights. His basic swing is just a really basic physical attack. Home run, though, this one is really good. This is a great attack. So, ranged physical attack on all enemies for 2137 base damage, which isn't great. That reduces the defense by 66% on all enemies hit. That's 2/3 of their defense goes away. That is badass. So if you can just get this attack off, that's enough to justify bringing him along. Assuming you survive to get that attack off. If you survive further, 3 melee physical attacks on a target for 1,000 base damage with 100% chance to daze on a crit. Starts powered. So not really all that great. And then we talked about suppressing smash. So that is Cozar. Grognog has I mean, I love the character of Grognog. I really want him to do well since he got his epic and everything like that. I've just loved this hero, and he just doesn't ever deliver. Ever deliver. Like, he can't do a ton of damage, he can't take a ton of damage. I don't know why. So I'm trying to use him as an evasion tank. Or just like getting him out there to do damage and shocking attacks since he can attack so much. To try to spread the damage and paralyze or whatever. So, or if I get him on a team with Jin or something like that. But you're going to watch, anytime I use him, he's going to die probably before he gets to act. So I should probably just put him back to defensive. And even then, when he's not on a team with beasts, he just really doesn't get enough. Like, he doesn't have enough survivability. What he does bring is he can't be frozen, he is magical, so he's going to make Lori on the opposing team stronger. Increases health for each beast ally and for each ogre ally, so he will get more health if you're running him with other ogres. That doesn't end up doing much, but it'll do it. And yeah, he generates we're not going to be running him with Solaris. So like half of his abilities, and I didn't get his health all that high for this setup either. If I re-runed him for defense, it might be more viable probably, but then I can't kill anything because these ogres are all super, or they're tough, but they're not strong. So, and then you kind of know, we went over this, we went over his ability, so I'm not going to go over them again when we went over the beasts. And then finally, we've got Jumbo. It's an ogre-plant tank. I have him runed. A lot of health and defense. See, plant runes for the defense and the health. A guardian rune, and then a bulwark rune. So his stats were rocking in at 45k defense, 29k or 30k max health, 40% crit chance. Like, all in all, not bad. So he is a plant, and the plant level will increase max health and attack. At the end of each round, stacks up to 8 times. He's slow. Has a chance to make a revenge attack, blah blah blah. Thornskin melee attacks against this hero deal damage to the attacker, so he's automatically got damage shield built in. It's not significant. You got Born on the Bayou, which is allied ogres become plants and gain plant growth. Enemies start the dungeon swamped. The next attack on a swamped target heals the attacker, can't be purged. So, unfortunately, healing isn't all that great either. Epic Rapid Regrowth. Allies heal at the end of each round for each stack of growth on this character. Plant allies also heal for each stack of growth. So they heal for their own growth plus the growth that he has on him. And if your whole team is plants, well, everybody's healing a bunch. That's really where you're going to get your healing and some of the value from him. The abilities. His epic has a chance to provide swamped. Not really awesome. And the animation on the epic proc takes forever. Ace, this is another long animation. Range nature attack on all enemies for 2000 base damage with 100% chance to poison. Woohoo! Although poison does at least mean that they're going to take a little bit more damage. And it grows allied plants. So that's actually more useful because the quicker you can get up to those 8 stacks, you're going to get stacks of extra attack. And you're going to get extra healing and max health. And if you're on a team with Kelpie, you're also going to get defense and stuff like that. So that's not bad. Ground pounding, you're probably not going to live to get to use it. But it's a ranged physical attack on all enemies for 1600 base damage. Taunts and buffs defense 56%. And then allies take 25% reduced damage for the duration of the effect. That's damage reduction, which means it's useless against dragons. So there you go. Melee attackers also become swamped and it starts powered. And finally, Swamp Assault. Melee physical attack on target enemy and up to 2 other targets for 2,500 base damage, applies Swamped on each hit. Like, Swamped is not that great. If they buffed Swamped and buffed Defense, Jumbo would be awesome. As it is, he turns ogres into plants. And that's about all that he does. Now, going along with it, you really can't talk about ogres without talking about goblins. So I'm not going to run through all of the abilities on the goblins, but I will show you at least, like, I'm actually using Zerk, I'm using Miko, and I'm using Bramble. I don't think you could probably get away with using Squinch. You can use Nub Nub. If you can let him survive to use his third ability, it's like 300% damage for green heroes, a 300% damage buff, as opposed to it's like the highest damage buff in the game. And that would be this one, or Stout Team has S2. So buffs attack plus 96% and defense plus 95% for all allies, times 2 for nature allies. But he's got to survive, and this has, you basically have to use, it's just freaking ridiculous, these turn times. You have to use a Chilling Festive for him to be able to use this at all in a fight. Like, this is just the stupidest garbage ever. Instead of maybe making these new epics and making heroes more unbalanced, they should try fixing some of these heroes that they've completely screwed up. But I digress. That's a different video. So yeah, we'll be using these guys and everything too. We'll also use, whoops, I didn't want to do that. We will also be using some plants because of Jumbo. So we'll be looking at Kelpie, and we'll be looking at Lily. Yeah, so moving on, let's get to some battles. You also might see me use Solaris if we're using Grognog, so I'm going to lose a lot. I've actually had some decent win streaks. I've been changing teams based on who I'm facing. So, like, this team, I might actually be able to get by using Goblins. So let me get Cozar in here. And yeah, I realize this is one ogre and 3 goblins, but meh, it's still an ogre team. And these guys are about as equally likely, other than Miko and Bramble, they're equally likely to get stepped on, so just like ogres do. Alright, so survive that. So now we're actually in decent shape. You can give this team a chance to actually do some damage. If the enemy team doesn't dodge literally every single thing. Ugh. Yeah, this is not even fun. It would really be nice if everything wasn't either overpowered or useless. Here we go. This is a team we can actually fight. I really want to see a league where just you get rid of all the overpowered stuff and it's just fun to play. I wouldn't play anything else. I don't care about the competition side of it. Just let me have fun fighting people. Using creative stuff. But it seems like things have to be anti-fun lately. Alright, so yeah, you can see him doing the retaliation attacks, and he's got the warrior, so fortunately this is probably going to wipe half the team here. Yep, 2/3 of the team. So this is a great ability, because he does so much more damage to casters. Like, even against somebody in ice form, he did decent damage there. So let's replace Bramble. And yeah. So you can beat teams like this if, depending on the league you're in, if you're somehow not getting a bunch of dwarf teams or a bunch of dragon teams, you can actually beat dragon teams sometimes. Like a team like this, you actually have a chance against. It's the super fast teams where you're dead before you can do anything that are really the problem. So assuming this isn't an attack lorry, we might have a chance. All right. All right. Yeah, that shouldn't have procced quite so many follow-ups either, but okay, so looking at casters, there are no casters alive. Yeah, everybody's got evasion. I'm gonna hope for a crit here. There we go. Wait, I should have gotten haste. What the heck? That said crit. Ugh. Yeah, this is over. Alright, maybe not. Let's copy us. Oops. Let's copy Anivius. That's not so good, but we'll get ourselves some golems. Okay, maybe we'll pull this off. Only because of how overpowered Nivius can be sometimes. Alright. So, that's using goblins with ogres, although you didn't really see Cozar doing much, because he really can't do much. Alright, here we go. Let's fight this with pure ogres. Well, mostly pure ogres. So we will we'll go with Grognog, then we'll go with Lily, then we'll go with Cozar, and then we'll go with Jumbo. So everybody on this team is a plant out of the gate. All thanks to Jumbo. So they're going to get bonuses as Lily and Jumbo increase the plant count, or grows plants. Alright, so we'll do a defense boost first, and it's an attack with a defense boost. Okay, let's get the plant growth out here. So notice Grognog did next to nothing to this entire team, but let's hit a home run here. Not a ton of damage. Are we seeing the damage debuff? No, oh, because it's round 1 and they're immune to debuffs, and the shroud, yeah, alright. They can penetrate everybody else's debuffs, but can't be debuffed on themselves. Alright. Do a strike. Just realized ogres are pretty sports-centric. You got a home run, you've got a strike, you've got, I guess, tennis. Friggin' Jumbo is all about tennis. And that just grew allied plants. Everybody got healed. There you go. That's... Sure, Ogre is actually winning, although not against a strong team. Try a few more. See, this is not gonna... this might fare well. So this time, we are going to drop Grognog. Well, no. Use Grognog, and we are going to drop in Kelpie. Now my team's all mixed up in the order, but that's fine. I do want to have her go last before Jumbo. So once again, everybody here is a plant. They'll get benefits from all the plant stuff. And you got 2 heroes starting out with a form that's going to give them lots and lots of div protection. And Grognog is dead already, although Dagon kills pretty much everything. Because that makes the game fun. Okay, so look at that. With no plant bonus, she just crushed the team with her S1. I've got her ruined with Tainted and some other stuff, though. She's got real heavy attack. Heals and cleanses. Sure, we'll just increase that. Because she also gives attack buff, or a boost defense in addition to the attack and the health. Because Kelpie's on the team, so they're just getting stronger and stronger. Yeah, and they can, you see now they can actually survive this hit. 8 steps of plant growth is pretty disgusting. And of course he doesn't take any damage. This isn't going to matter. All those vines. And wow, rarely ever get a chance to this. Purges 2 buffs, grows allied plants. There you go. So this team is probably the closest to being viable that uses ogres. And you can really only get by with 2 ogres on a team to really be successful. We'll try it against this. Based on the rune power of that team, it'll probably work out. But we'll see. Got just a couple more in me. I wanted to get this in before my dinner. So let's get a couple. Dinner should be here about 10. Alright. And everybody's swamped. Look at that. 20,000 hit on that. But once again, those are plants. Let's finish off Dagon if we can. We can't. Whew. I gotta try to kill Dagon. Except he's gonna just perpetually have energy, and his S1 is going to be up every single round. We're going to get paralyzed every single round. So tired of some of these meta heroes. Now it's been how many rounds? Let's count the rounds since I had a turn. Oh, there we go. It was 2 full rounds. Lily didn't get to act this turn. Yeah, just friggin' ridiculous. Yeah, and friggin' paralyzed. Might actually pull this off. She's already gone back into her form. He's healing too much, I think. And the problem is he's stealing her energy every round, so she can't use any specials. Yeah, it's just... Oh, at least we got an epic attack. But yeah, because he can use Electrified Whirlwind round after round after round. How is this balanced? How is this a reasonable ability for a hero to have? I mean, I'm going to end up beating him, but... just friggin' ridiculous. He must have done Electrified Whirlwind about 30 times in that fight. Come on. We'll do... Matter of fact, this will be the last battle. We're going to try the same team against them. And then call it. I might do some more like family themed stuff, either on a stream or just some more supplemental videos, PvP stuff. And silenced. All right. She won't be alive, but she can't be frozen. I don't think we're going to beat this team. Not with a healer, 2 healers, Valken and Jin. I don't see it. And a Rezer. I should be attacking Emily as well. Yeah, this is unlikely. Not so good. Yeah, there it is. Alright, anyhow, so hopefully this gave you some ideas about some teams to use if you want to try out Ogres. Just be patient, prepare to have some disappointment, and just have fun with it. It's the point of the whole game anyway, so especially for a mobile game, just have fun. So hopefully this gave you some ideas, and I would appreciate a thumbs up and comment. Let me know what you think. I will see you soon. Have a great day.